This leopard has accumulated more than 10 people over the years, and more than the history of the world. The leopard is the most common of 10 people in this species. His main activities are in the Kiming region of northern India, especially in Banner Pradesh. His whereabouts are haunted. Often murders at midnight, like no one's land, frequent biting and dragging and eating. The villagers are terrified. Here he is, beneath the calamity of Akampot. Ranked second in the world's 10 beasts, Banner T. This video contains animal scenes of attack and foraging. May cause discomfort. Please watch with caution. Welcome to Cosmic Species. The show is about to begin. Early 19th century, the northern region of India has experienced a climate change, such as heavy rains and floods. These natural disasters causing a large number of corpses and pollutants to be washed into the Ganges River, and they contaminate the water. The floods also damaged environmental sanitation, provides a breeding ground for the growth of cholera fungus. Due to historical and cultural reasons, especially in the lower Ganges region, residents have unhygienic living habits like bathing directly in the river, quoting untreated water, etc. In addition, Hindus are frequent bathing in the river, a religious ritual to purify the soul. This makes northern India, so there was cholera, and spread rapidly. In the absence of effective treatment at that time, cholera kills in northern India. Patients often experience severe diarrhea, caused dehydration, muscle cramps, and even death. This results in a short period of time. Many people died in northern India, so that some of the dead were not cremated. Random accumulation finally turned into a puddle of stink. So people started organizing locally, throwing the bodies of patients into the jungle. On the one hand, it alleviates the difficulty of burning the remains secondary transmission. On the other hand, it is for centralized processing. However, what they didn't expect was, this happens to be the habitat of the banal leopard. Compared to tigers, leopards prefer carrion. A steady stream of human carrion appears. For the Bernard leopard, it is undoubtedly a feast from Eve, and this banal leopard, about to become a terrifying man-eating beast. The Bernard leopard is a male leopard. He is fierce. Humans not only dispose of corpses, caused its unearned psychological characteristics, and after a long period of extensive knowledge causes it to be full of cravings and obsessions with human flesh. Animals that eat human flesh, most of them turn on a certain amount of wisdom. This leopard is no exception. He began to become very intelligent and cunning. After the pandemic is over, there are not enough corpses to eat. The food supply was cut off. The banal leopard begins to look at humans. When the banal leopard first approached the village, he didn't have the impulse to directly rush into the village and attack hiding around the village, in the shadows on the tree trunk, peeping at the people in the village. Research and judgment, the movements of each person in the village, and living habits. Meanwhile, this man-eating leopard, they also step on people while they're sleeping. Study how to evacuate quickly, until 3 days later. The cannibal newspaper started the first cannibalism. He started stalking the villagers. After finding the right moment, he bit off the back of the villager's neck, quickly dragged the body away. Until the next day, the villagers were only guided by the bloodstain. There is a beast attack in the village. This made the villagers in northern India very angry and set traps around, prepared to capture this beast. But then something terrible happened. On the night of the third day, another villager disappeared. The villagers set traps around the village. No damage. Obviously, this man-eating leopard knows how to recognize traps, even though he never attacked twice in the same place. His whereabouts are very mysterious. Always appears silently at midnight, like a ghost. This gray leopard, with its agility and powerful bite force, it can drag humans away in a very short time, and brutally murdered. The villagers were both afraid and helpless because he is always in the darkest hour. Launch an attack. It makes people feel comfortable. As time goes by, and the notoriety of this newspaper started to spread, everywhere he went, people were terrified. The villagers began to believe this leopard, it's a demon incarnation sent by God to punish them. They can't fight it. I can only bear the pain of losing a loved one in silence. Just as the banner poet leopard was raging, legendary hunter Corbett are in the Kuman area and Champawat, man-eating tiger. At that time, Champawat had eaten 434 people. Corbett firmly believes there is no true evil incarnation in this world. There is only human cowardice and fear. When Champawat dragged away 436 people, Corbett successfully hunted him down. Corbett became famous for a while. The name of the demon killer is the highest compliment for him, and Corbett's name also spread to northern India. Corbett was a legendary hunter. He is known for his excellent track and hunting skills are world-renowned. He runs alone in the mountains and forests, successfully killed multiple human beasts. When the local government learned of Corbett's reputation, invite him immediately. Come and solve the problem of the Banarsh newspaper. Corbett accepted the invitation. They moved quickly. He first visited the families of multiple victims. He inquired in detail about the leopard attack and the situation on the ground. Through these clues, Corbett gradually understand the whereabouts and habits of the leopard. He discovered that the banner poet leopard was not only cunning and incredibly cautious, he always moves at night, and good use of terrain and shadows to evade human pursuit. Soon, the poet leopard kills again at midnight. This time, a woman was attacked by him. At that time, the leopard caused the woman to suffer from chest injuries. Under resistance, woman dragged away after leopard bites throat. This is Corbett's first encounter with a man-eating leopard. To capture this cunning leopard, Corbett decides to surround the victim's body, squat. He believes that the leopard killed, likely to return to the scene to check the situation. However, Corbett's squatting did not achieve the expected effect. The leopard seemed to be aware of his presence, didn't show up all night. Corbett held out all night in the cold wind, but I can only watch helplessly as the sky gets brighter. The leopard has long since disappeared without a trace. Facing the cunning and caution of a leopard, Corbett is not discouraged. He carefully analyzed his previous failures and decided to adopt a new strategy, using goats as bait. Corbett tied a goat to a tree, hiding in a nearby tree, waiting for the leopard to appear. However, the heavenly palace, a dark cloud, suddenly obscured the moon, making Corbett lose sight. When the clouds clear, the goat is gone. Obviously, the leopard has quietly dragged away the goat. Although the first attempt failed, but Corbett didn't give up. He believes his strategy is correct. It just requires more patience and preparation. So he set up the goat bait again and arranged a group of warriors to follow him with torches. This time, he was determined to use the light of torches to track leopards. Finally, on a dark and windy night, the Benertian leopard has reappeared. He silently approached the goat bait and ready to tow it away. However, just then, Corbett and the warriors have quietly surrounded him. Corbett hides in a tree, aimed at the leopard by the light of the torch. But leopards are cunning. He suddenly charged towards Corbett at the front, trying to use his panic to escape. Facing a leopard raid, Corbett didn't panic. He quickly ducked and fired. However, due to the dim lighting and the leopard's agility, his low gun missed the target. The leopard took the opportunity to escape into the bushes. Corbett immediately organized the warriors to pursue, but the leopards used the night and the terrain to keep escaping. Just as the pursuit was about to come to an impasse, a torch suddenly fell to the ground. Although the fire is weak, but enough for Corbett to see where the leopard is. He quickly took aim and fired. This time, it finally hit the leopard in the chest. The leopard struggled in pain for a while, finally fell to the ground, ended his life of sea. Post-mortem statistics show the Benertian leopard killed at least 400 people, almost as famous as the Champawat stone tiger. In Corbett's opinion, the reason why this leopard became a grace leopard, it's not inherently evil, but due to environmental pressure. Leopards have a better habit of eating carrion than tigers, and at that time was plagued by post-war epidemics. There are a large number of corpses dumped in the wild after the leopard ate the carcasses, gradually obsessed with the taste of huma, and began to kill humans when food was scarce. In addition, Corbett also found that another important reason for man-eating leopards unrestrained hunting by humans. As humans continue to expand their territory and deprive leopards of their natural food source, they are forced to change their habits to adapt to the new environment. In the process, some elderly or injured leopards are more susceptible to losing control and become a man-eating leopard.